Welcome to the Sabrina Marie Show. I'm super excited about today. I'm super excited because this right here is an amazing interview I'm ready to put on. She is a brand new entrepreneur who's starting her business. I've seen this girl grow in so many different ways. I can't wait till she tell your story and share it with you. I'm sure it will be inspirational and it'll make you want to do some things in your life to know that, hey, you can do anything that you want to do. I'm introducing Sophia Valentine. Sophia from Sophia's International Cuisine, her new business. Say hello, Sophia.
Hi everyone. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's doing fine and safe with this COVID.
Absolutely. Well, Sophia, I just want to take the opportunity to talk to you about you and your new journey and starting your new business. First, let me ask you, how do you feel?
I feel excited. I feel overwhelmed sometimes and just happy.
Happy, that's a good word. And you know what? It's okay to be happy.
hmm
A lot of times, people don't feel like it's okay to be happy because they are worried about other people and what they think. But, sometimes in life, we go through some different things that that had not made us so happy, and then to get to a place of happiness, it's okay to feel good.
It is.
So Sophia, oh, I'm so excited to get into this interview, girl. I'm super excited. So let's start off and talk about what we're doing. Tell us a little bit about your new business.
Okay. Sophia's International Cuisine. It's basically a catering business. However, we'll be venturing off into a new direction, um, which is very exciting, which is going to be my food truck.
Woo! So
So,
she's going from being
in-house
in
catering.
in-house catering,
Mhm.
and now she's about to step out of the box and she's going into the food truck business. So
Mhm.
therefore, there's a lot of preparations and stuff going
Yes,
on.
a lot.
So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the exciting things that are happening right now.
Okay.
So in the beginning stage of your preparations and everything, you're getting your business papers in order.
Mhm.
So how did that feel doing that? Did you feel like, oh, it wasn't so hard?
It wasn't hard. It was just having the faith on moving forward to do it, because you have all of these things going on in your head telling you, oh no, wait, hold on, this might happen, or this might happen, that might happen, and you can't let that stop you. You got to just keep on pushing and do what you have to do and get ready for your next step.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
yeah.
So I'm glad you pushed past that part.
Yes.
And now you at what stage right now do you have your food truck already? Like, what are you doing?
I don't have the food truck yet. However, I am in the process of looking. um
That's exciting right
Yes,
there.
it's exciting. It can be overwhelming again, but you have to go ahead and swallow it and keep on moving until you find something that you'll know that that's yours. You know that that's your baby. You get that feeling.
Yeah.
I
Just
know I
like when
will.
you buy a house. It's like
Exactly.
when you
Or a
walk in that
car.
house, yeah, you're like, this is my house. I know it
hmm
from the time that I walk in the door. Like you
Exactly.
just kind of know it.
Yeah.
So that's exciting in itself, just to see you building your truck and making
hmm
it personalized for the things
Yes.
that you need,
hmm
and just to be able to say, hey, I'm gonna go travel to all these different places
hmm
and start up your business. That is just amazing. I feel like the way the world is going right now is very digital and mobile,
Yes.
so
Yes.
freestanding buildings are a little technical, a little hard right
hmm
now. So I think that's a great move that you're making.
It is. A lot of businesses are doing that. They're moving from their standstill restaurants because of, the way the world is changing, and they're moving on to being mobile. And that was one of the decisions that I had to make. Did I want to stand still, or did I want to be mobile? Um, we'll be mobile for now, but
Eventually.
eventually
Which is, I think, is a really
it'll
good
move
move.
on.
I really think
Mhm.
that's a really good move and a smart move. And you're willing to grow with the times. You
Right.
know, a lot of people are not willing to grow with the times, and a lot of people are closing shop and not moving forward and things like that because
Mhm.
they're afraid of what's happening and don't think that they could change with the times. But
Right.
you're absolutely moving with the times, and I'm super super proud of you. Let me go back a little bit. I just want to say how I love to introduce and say how I know certain people. And I know Sophia. I know Sophia from back in the days. We're from the
Yes.
same block.
Mhm.
Oh my God, we're from the same block, and we was
Yes.
just sharing some old memories and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
it's been amazing and stuff. And you know, it's so funny. I was talking to her and I was listening to some hip hop music, some old school hip hop music, and this girl says to me, "I can't believe that you're listening to this type of music." What? I was like, what? She was like, you know, I mean, I know your sister like that, but I only know like the business side of you. I only know like, you know, just that side. I've never seen you like that. If I would have
Yeah.
known that girl, you'd be right here. We would have been hanging out a long time
Because
ago.
we always talk business. It's always our conversations are always business. We never really talk personal. It's more of let's get this money, get what we need to do, get what we want to do. So and making each other reach the point that we want to get to in
That's
life.
amazing. But we're gonna have some good times too, because
Exactly.
listen, I am not that like stuck up. Like I don't like to have fun or anything like that. I definitely love to have
Oh no, I know that.
fun.
I know that. I just never interacted on that level with you. So
Well, you know what? We're gonna make that. We're gonna change that a little bit.
right.
So let's talk about how long have you been cooking? Let's talk about that. Like, what made you decide to want to even get in this field?
Okay, so
Because a lot of people can cook, but you know
right,
nobody wants to do it professionally. I know I don't want to do it professionally. I could cook a little bit, but I don't want to do it professionally.
right. You know your passion is cooking when your your end results always wants to be somebody saying, "Damn, that was good. How did you make that? Can you make it again? Do you sell dinners?" You know, those kind of react when you get that reaction, that's it makes you even want to do it even more. Um so being from Queens, New York, and
Queens.
we were in, our area was always kind of like Queens always had it was always a melting pot for New York. We always had diversity in our neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
We had Puerto Rican, we had Dominican, we had Black, we had Indian, we had Guyanese, we had Jamaican. We just had all those different kind of, you know, people that we didn't see what's going on in this world right now. It's
Right.
so much color and division, and we didn't see that. We just played with each other, we hung out with each other, and that's just what it was.
And we absolutely did.
We didn't look at all of that. And my dad is Puerto Rican, so I learned a lot of Puerto Rican, how to cook Spanish food from him because his mother taught him.
Mm.
And then my mom is Italian and Polish, which you probably never knew I had Polish in me. Yeah,
Mm.
and I learned how to cook Italian food,
Mm-hmm.
from her. And then I had so many friends that were, diverse, and I would go to their house and I would see their parents cooking, I'm standing in the kitchen with them, and they're like, come on, let's go. I'm like, wait, I want to see what are you making? That smells good. So it always intrigued me to see people cooking.
Really?
Yeah, it always intrigued me to see people cooking. It was like, wow, that smells good, but does it even taste as good as it smells? That was my thing. And then I had come to a point where I became a teenage mom, so I had to start my own cooking.
Oh wow.
My thing wasn't my kids are not going to be raised on McDonald's and Burger King. I'm not knocking nobody, but that's just what I was.
Well, you know what? I was the same way. You know, I refused to. My firstborn, I refused to give her fast food
Right.
or anything like that. We
Mhm.
only, if we did eat out in restaurants, it was really nice restaurants and things
Right.
like that. But I refused to go to a McDonald's or Burger King or anything
Mhm.
at that time, you know.
Right.
Now with the second kid,
You get a little laxed.
the
You get a
third
little
kid, it
laxed.
is so funny because with the second kid, I was a little bit more freer. She ate a little bit, and now her eating habits are so different. Like
Different.
she's a vegan and she doesn't eat
Mhm.
this and she doesn't eat
Yep.
that. And then they come down and they bring it on down to my son, and
Mm.
my son is like, "Mom, I don't want McDonald's. McDonald's is not healthy. I don't want this and that." So
Mhm.
they trickle that down. So yeah, I get that. I definitely get
So
that.
being a teenage mom, I had to find a way to provide for my kids financially with cooking.
Ooh.
So instead of spending money on going out, I would cook. And I started using all those different techniques that I learned and that I saw um, in the other kitchens. And that was from soul food to Jamaican food to Puerto Rican food to Italian food to Dominican food. And I just started combining all of those different. I would make a Puerto Rican pork shoulder, some collard greens, some rice and beans,
So you
and some
just started
potato salad.
mixing up
So
the
I just started
cultures,
putting it all together,
the different
and because
cultures. I
nobody
love
was
that.
doing that, you have people that cook, and they stick to that main culture. They don't kind of combine it. So that's what I did. I just started combining
Well, I say that it definitely works because I look forward to the
it.
every other Sunday that I don't have to cook, and I'm like, I need 3 plates, I need four, I need
Mhm.
whoever's here, I need an extra plate. So
Right.
later on, if I feel like I need to eat a little something extra, you
Mhm.
know. So I love the food, and the food is amazing, and I'm super super excited for you. And you said you went to all these different homes, and you see, because of the fact that it was true in Queens, it was a melting, it is still a melting
Melting pot.
pot, and you know,
Mhm.
and all of us um in the hood, I would say, because we were in
Yes.
the hood,
Yes.
it wasn't about color because we all was poor.
Exactly. We weren't rich. We weren't even middle class like some people would
Right,
say we were. We were not.
we were not middle class, we were
No.
broke, we
We
were poor, and we
we were
hustled,
surviving.
and we did everything we had to do to survive and stuff like
Mhm.
that. And
Exactly.
you said that you was a teenage mom and you had to cook and things like that, and so down on your journey now, being this age, there's a lot of years that's been missing.
Mhm.
What made you decide that you want to go ahead and start this business now after all these years? Because it's a lot of years that's gone.
Right. So basically, things happen in our lives
Hmm.
when we're younger. We make bad decisions, and me as a teenage mom, by 18 I had two children already. um I made some bad decisions.
Dang, 18.
Yes, I
Dang, I
had
had
two
my first
children.
one at 21 and I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah,
I
I
was like,
had.
in-laws, help me, please. Somebody
Exactly.
help me.
And that was good. I had
I'm in the camera.
I had good my kids had very good grandparents that helped.
Amen.
They supported me. I can never knock them. I can always be, thankful and grateful for them, that God put them there for to
Hmm.
help me with my kids. Um, but in the process, I kind of made some bad decisions. Um, I was incarcerated for 7.5 years, and I came home and I saw that for a mother to provide for her children that were handed right back to her the same day she came home.
Wow.
Yeah,
Amen.
and
That's a
it was a
blessing.
blessing, and at the same time I felt like that 14, 15, that 15-year-old girl again, like, okay, I have to provide for my kids.
Wow. And that's a lot
So
after 7.5 years of being
yes,
incarcerated, and then you getting your kids right back. There's like no leg,
no,
not to get
nothing,
you
nope,
to prepared or
nope, nope, nope.
dang.
And when we're younger, we were happy and content with the fast way of life and the fast way of making money and things like that. And I was 30 years old. Now I had to figure out how I was going to take care of my kids. So
That's crazy.
looking for work was not a very good task. It wasn't
Was it is
easy. It
it
was very frustrating. It was very degrading.
You felt like they didn't give you opportunity.
Right. The opportunities. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can go work. McDonald's hire felons. These people hire felons, but what am I supposed to do with this and this cost of living in this state of New York? Anybody in any state, so it came to a point where I had to work. I had to work for somebody. But in those years, as I was working for others, I still perfected. There was always room to perfect my talent in cooking. And what I did was I continuously used that. I never put my dream to the back. I always, even though when I was working for somebody, I always made an opportunity for myself to keep on working for my dream, if that makes any sense.
That makes perfectly good sense.
So what I ended up doing was I did end up working, but in the process, I was cooking for people's baby showers, birthday parties, anything that I can do. If somebody said, Sophie, we're having a barbecue, can you come over and cook? Yeah, fine. I ain't charging a lot of people either. But, I needed to put myself
But you built up your reputation.
There. Exactly. And I needed to build up. My kids, when they became teenagers, their friends came to my house to eat. Your mother cooked? She made any of them collard greens? How your mother make them collard greens? And it's just that right there used to make me happy because, number one, I had kids in my house, how I was in somebody else's house when I was that age. And I wanted them to be able to pick up whatever they could pick up from me cooking to be able to provide to their families when they get older.
Amazing.
So, and it just came down to the last 3 years. I'm going to skip all the way to now, to the last 3 years, where I had my daughter.
A new baby.
Yes, at 42. Yes, I had her at 42, and I was like, I'm not working for nobody no more. I'm not doing it. So I end up doing my own childcare, providing childcare to parents that needed childcare. And in that process, saving my money, doing what I need to do, researching, trying to find out what are the best ways for me to put myself in a position where I won't fall, if that makes any sense. Even though sometimes we fall, and I know, there's some of those days that's going to be stressing me out and things like that, but I'm ready for it. I'm ready to put the H on my chest and I'm ready to handle it.
That's amazing. I'm just so blown away at the fact of your strength. A lot of people don't have strength when they go through something so traumatic,
Right.
7.5 years of your life was kind of cut off from the world. And for you to merge back up and have a strong faith and try to recover your life. And you're doing an amazing job, Sophia, with your new baby, from the little bit of time that you miss out with your other children. And, and God restore those times back to you. And to pick back up on a dream that you had from a child and now able to do something about it now. Those things are amazing in itself. And to know that you are strong enough not to give up and to keep pushing. And I'm not saying that sometimes things don't get hard and you want to quit, or you just feel like I can't do this, or I don't have the support that I need.
Or where am I going to get what I need to move
right.
forward.
But there's something that's got pushing you, got to push in your back. And there's not many of us that got that push. And I can identify that. So I'm just super excited just to see how you just keep going. And I this interview right here was everything for me. I told you that from the beginning because it was so amazing. It was everything for me because of the fact that I know what it is to start a business from scratch. I know what it is to have a dream. I know what it is to go through the process. And I think, to be honest with me, those are the best part of opening up the business, going through the process in itself and the work in itself. Those are the rewarding things. Because, when you get the truck and everything and you start work, that's work. That's the work time. that's the work time. That's what you got to keep doing to make the money going. But
Right.
this part right here, the building, the branding, the everything that you're doing is amazing in itself. And to know that, yeah, I had a little setback and I had to sit down for a little while because I had to do what I had to do. But you know what? I'm back up and I'm pushing forward. And I think that's an inspiration to our audience of having entrepreneurs who's just starting out on their businesses and want to do this journey but don't know how. And just to have a few people in your path just to help you along the way, who genuinely just want you to succeed and want you to make it and stuff like that. And to have some family support. And even if you don't have the family support, just to see you keep pushing, man, that's amazing. Let's show us what your little brand it is about. I love your shirt. Look at her shirt, you guys.
Sophia's International Cuisine. You
Yay.
can see us on Facebook or Instagram. Just Sophia's International Cuisine. Search it and it'll come up. I sell dinners. I'm doing dinners. I'm trying to make it every other weekend. And I'm just trying to be able to accommodate what my clients want. Living in Virginia, if I was in New York or somewhere else where everybody's at that knows me, it would be out there. I know, everybody that I know would be supporting me. But being in Virginia, I have to
build the support.
Yes, I'm building my
and you know what?
and my trust from my customers.
Right. And I believe that the more you keep going and be consistent, that it will keep growing and things like that. But can I just give you a little bit of advice on business real quick?
Yes.
When it comes to getting support from people that don't worry about that. Okay. Because you don't want to get your feelings hurt.
Yes.
You don't want to spend the time and being annoyed at who you think should be supporting you because of how much support that you gave them in everything that they do.
Right.
Don't do that to yourself. It is the worst feeling in the world. And this is somebody who's talking from experience. I say to you, worry about the masses. Worry about the big picture. Worry about your branding, your advertising on a big level. Forget about who you know, because who you know will come later. They'll come once they see you start succeeding. They're not going to, some of them going to come now. Some of them going to come now because you're going to have some genuine people that's going to have your back. But then there's going to be some people who don't believe the fact that you can do this or you could be consistent with it.
Right.
But don't worry about that. Worry about the masses. Worry about your branding. Worry about putting it on a big level. You know what I'm saying? Put it on a big level. Worry about wrapping your truck, with your big old branding picture and your face and your name. You worry about that.
I will.
And I'm telling you, it's going to be super, super awesome. It's going to be exciting. And I'm super excited. I can't wait. I can't wait to say, Sophia's going to be at this park. Her food truck is going to be down here. Y'all make sure y'all go down there and support my girl because I know her food is good. And I'm speaking from experience. Like, I can't wait to be able to say those things,
I love the feedback.
And I'm really happy for you, Sophia. I'm truly, truly happy for you.
I'm happy for myself. I'm surprised in myself for even taking this jump on faith. I'm putting it all in God's hand. I'm not God's hands. I'm not worrying about anything. I know there's going to be some times where the devil's going to try and stick his little toes in there, but as long as I have faith and I keep it moving, I know it's going to work. And it took me a long time to get to this point too. Just so you know, it doesn't happen overnight. Trust and faith does not happen overnight. You have to really, really study whoever you might pray to and whoever it is,
your belief
comfort,
system is,
whoever is your comfort, you have to be able to trust.
Yeah.
And when you've been through what I've been through, it's hard to trust. Even if it's God, it's hard to trust sometimes.
Let's talk about that.
Oh, you want me to cry now? Go ahead.
Listen, let's talk about that. Because trust is everything. And
it is.
And you saying even trust God, that's real. That's a real conversation. And I don't want to sit here and act like that you would just have all this trust,
right?
Like you feel like you should have and everything like that because of the fact that because we know it's God and we know God is everything and we know that he can do anything. But reality is like, especially going through some some traumatic like you did, because honestly, I didn't even know if I'm personally have the strength to be able to do what you did and still come out alive. I'm be very honest. I'm gonna be very transparent with that. But to be able to come out, you know, with that testimony, putting your trust, forget about man, but putting your trust in God and saying, God, you allowed me to go through this, and this was so hard for me. How could I trust that you got my back now when you didn't have my back then? But he did have your back.
He did. He has a plan.
He has a plan, because you came out better, Sophia.
Exactly.
You came out better. You know what? When I think about our past and I think about the block that we came from, I think about our personal hood.
Exactly.
Forget about everybody else's personal hood. When I think about our personal hood, I think about it being the crack epidemic at that time.
That's when we, that's
it's either you sold drugs or you took the drugs.
Right.
It's either you was a punk or you had to be strong.
Yep.
You couldn't be no fuddy-duddy. You can't be a snitch bitch. You, excuse me, my bad.
That's the hood that just came out of her.
My bad. You couldn't be none of that stuff. You could not be none of that.
Nope.
So we have a code. We have a code. So you know how some people say, "Oh, you got a choice." We got a choice, but we don't got a choice.
Exactly. There is no choice.
It's like, it's kind of hard to explain. You got a choice, but you really don't have a choice. And you went through all that, and to come out and you still trust in God right now.
With everything I have.
Where did that faith come from? How did you get that?
It took me a long time, believe me. I've studied a lot of different religions. I've been in the church. I've been in the mosque. I've been in all of that. And I've learned that trusting in God does not mean that I have to go to church every Sunday. I don't have to go to a mosque. Me and God have a relationship.
So you develop a personal relationship. That's what a lot of people are scared of. They don't want a lot of people to get that personal relationship.
No, God knows. We always heard this back in the days. God knows my heart. He knows what I want. He knows what I need. Yeah, he does. But what you gonna do to get there?
That's true.
Well, are you gonna have faith in him? If you're gonna have, are you gonna have faith in him?
Right.
Are you gonna plant the seed that he asked you to plant for him? It's a small, small seed.
Right.
Are you gonna plant it?
Faith. And you have to move on those talents God gave you.
Yep.
So that's a talent that he gave you at a very, very young age. And you didn't allow that talent to be buried.
Right.
You know, that's just another one of your talents, and you didn't allow it to be buried.
I mean, everything will try. I mean, everyone, not everyone, but majority of people, places, and things will try and detour you from your faith. From what God really has from you. And I'm even speaking about church too. People will just try and twist you around in those kind of settings as well. And you just have to learn how to come out of it with saying, well, this is what they did, but that doesn't make me lose faith in God.
Amen. I love that. I love that. I love that. That's amazing. That is true.
I try. There's times that I still break down and I'm like, God, why? But at the end of the day, he knows I need to just let that out and say it. But at the end of the day, he knows that I have faith in it. And I'm just being patient. I'm patiently waiting.
You're patiently waiting and moving at the same time.
Exactly.
Because your faith with your works are working together. And because you have faith, he's opening up all these doors for you.
And he knows.
Yeah, he knows. He got you. He got you.
He
gonna walk you through that. He's gonna walk you through that.
And sometimes you think, well, why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? And it's not his decision to take you out of whatever it is you're going through. It's your decision. You have to make that decision. And once you make the decision that you need to make, like you said, the doors will start opening. And sometimes we don't like to make those decisions, but we have to.
That is amazing. So Sophia International Cuisine food truck is coming soon.
Yes.
She will be on the road But in the meantime, she still does catering. She will be catering our family vacation in October,
Yes, I
and I'm
will.
excited
And
about
I'm
that.
excited too.
Yeah, because I just had to give her the rundown on what kind of foods we want and all the different types of stuff like that. So I'm
Yeah.
super excited about that, and I know the food is going to be good. So I'm not even concerned about
No.
how it's going to taste because I already know. Like I
Yeah.
already taste your food, and we really do eat your food.
I
I'm gonna
know.
tell you, though, that macaroni and cheese is so freaking cheesy. I was like, what this girl trying to have me in the bathroom? I was like, oh my gosh, she really did it with the cheese.
Yeah, you can't put too much and you can't put too little. You gotta know how to balance it out.
But it was amazing. We loved it. The food was
I'm
great.
glad, and that's my end result that I always
Yeah, it was good. We really did enjoy it. And you have cooked for my family a lots of time because I like to tell well, I don't like to say it, but it's the truth. I'm not that domestic. I'm not gonna lie. So some Sundays it's just very pleasing to say, hey Sophia, could you make my family's meal for me?
We've done
And
that.
yeah, and just say, hey, this is what I wanted to eat for dinner on Sunday. Could you make my family meal for me?
Yep.
And she has come through with no problem, on time. The food is nice and piping hot when she brings it. Nothing is messy. Everything is neat. So yeah, and you go out your way to make sure things look good. So that's everything. That's everything.
And I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm
Right.
glad you liked it. It's still some more stuff. I got some more stuff up my sleeve.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I can't wait. Well, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in, watching Sophia on her journey, and we will be bringing her back and to get an update later
Yes,
on
I
because
will be
I
back.
can't wait. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see where this is going. Wait till she get that food truck and she get it wrapped. I'm gonna make sure I take pictures and everything to put up here to say, hey guys, look where she's at now.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I'm gonna follow this journey. I'm really interested in your journey. I'm interested in like it's mine, and I'm not really interested in other people.
You're the one. Sabrina is one of the people that have been in my corner. I can say that.
Yeah, I'm definitely
You
am.
have been one of the people to push to be like, girl, okay, well, what you waiting for? You could you you doing more better than some other people. We could do this. Come on, go ahead. So I get that push. I get that push from her. So, and I'm
Yeah,
grateful for it.
yeah. Well, I'm just excited. Because you're authentic, and you're real, and I don't fool with fake people, and
Right.
I don't. Okay, I have to work with them. I have to see them. I have to deal with them, but
Exactly.
I don't really fool with
With them.
fake people.
Mhm.
And because I know, not only because I know you from the past, and we worked together before, but I know your heart. You know what I'm saying? I know your real energy. I know who you are.
Right.
And I can feel that. I can see that. And that makes me want to be in your corner. If you don't have a support system, I don't mind being your support system.
Right.
I don't mind, sharing some of my energy when
Yes.
it comes
It's all
to
good energy is
positive.
always invited.
Right.
Good energy is always
So
invited.
yeah, so I don't mind that. I just love people when they are moving forward and trying to do things and to better themselves because I'm genuinely happy for people. Like I'm not
Yes.
that type of person that I'm not a
Fake
hater.
the funk.
Yeah, I'm not like that at all.
Mhm.
Like I am a genuine person when it comes to somebody doing something productive and see they're growing and their gifts
Mhm.
and their talents and their progress and see they building things. That is like the best thing for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
literally sit here and look stupid. I'll be like, oh my God, I saw you. Look at me, that person building this and everything. I'm like silly like that.
Mhm.
I don't even know why
Yeah.
I'm like that,
But
but
that's good to be like that because there's not a lot of people that are genuine like that.
I just love it.
They just,
Look,
oh, we're so happy for you. They give you the little pat on the back, and when they turn around, they talk about you. Of it, what goes in their mind is she don't know what the hell she doing.
you're
That ain't gonna work.
crazy. I don't like nah,
There's some people that are
uh-uh.
just like that. That's real talk. There's some people like that.
That's insane. Well, Sophia, how about this? I want you to tell the audience on
Okay.
the Sabrina Marie Show how they can get in touch with you via social media.
Okay.
If you have any websites or anything like that, or your pages.
Okay. So you can. I have a Facebook page, and that's Sophia's International Cuisine. Um, and then I have the Instagram page, Sophia's International Cuisine. You can also call me or text 804-223-4272. Um, I post if I'm going to sell dinners. I usually do the dinners on the weekend. So if just keep an eye out on the page, and I'll post it maybe Wednesday and I'll sell Saturday or Sunday. And I'm available for any of your events. No event is too small, too big. If you don't feel like cooking and it's you and your husband or you and your wife and you just want a nice good ribeye steak with some asparagus and some baked potatoes with all the
Mm,
toppings, I got you. If you want some wine with it, I got you. So and
amazing.
that's my contact information. You can
I might have to
also
get her to do a romantic dinner for me and my husband.
you also can do my email is Sophia Nelson. I mean, sorry, personal. That was personal. It's Sophia's International at gmail.com.
Okay, awesome. I am glad we had this talk
I'm
today.
glad too.
And I know that this interview would inspire someone else to be able
I
to
wanted
go
to.
after their dreams. And I'm glad you took out the time to be transparent with us.
Hmm.
And I can't wait to interview you to get an update in a couple of
Yes.
months. We're gonna go back and see how far you are and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till our family vacation to take. Well, I'm gonna taste your food before that, so I'm not
Mm-hmm.
even worried about that. But yeah, but I can't wait till that day to come.
Yes,
And
that's gonna be fun.
yeah,
I'm gonna enjoy just cooking and just seeing everybody like, oh, this is good. That makes me
that's amazing.
happy.
Well, guys, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to the Sabrina Marie Show. And know what? Remember, never let them see you sweat.